Hi, Matt with eTrailer. If you have a 2024 Ram 1500 and you're trying to carry a variety of different types of bikes, but you find yourself needing to make any last-minute repairs while you're out on the trails, then the Kuat NV 2.0 bike rack is going to be a great option for you. So let's check it out. So we can see how it's really fitting on our vehicle right now, especially with a bike on it. And let's say on some really bumpy roads, this thing's rattling all over the place. This is as close as it's going to get. It's not going to come anywhere near making contact with your vehicle. We're also going to have a pretty decent weight capacity of up to 60 pounds, so we can accommodate to carry our heavy e-bikes. And it's really not going to reflect in our tilt too much. Now, unfortunately, we're still not going to have that ability to open up our tailgate. It's probably going to be the maximum that you can lift it out before you make contact. This is going to be okay if you need to load some lighter items. So if you have anything like groceries, or you want to grab your helmet or shoes, you'll still have that ability. After when you're done with that, you can put this back into the seated position just by lifting up on it until it clicks into place. Now, if we want to take a closer look at this, I want to take off my bike. So where I like to start is on the back side with this rear strap. Just pressing that button there, removing it, and tucking it away. And for the front side, I'm just going to be releasing this front ratcheting hook. What I like about that is we're only making contact on our wheels, so this is perfect if you have any carbon frame or alternative frame bikes, or a bike that has a really nice paint job. And with it off, I can take it out for a ride. And if we take a closer look at the cradles we have, you'll notice we have different divots, and what those divots are giving us is giving us the ability to accommodate for different tire sizes, anywhere from your skinny, your standard, to your 5-inch fat tires. And on the other side, we actually have the strap that can accommodate for different wheelbases too. So you can slide that up and down our trays, and right next to that we're going to have this integrated bike cable lock for that extra security so no one can take your bike. Now, of course, just make sure you put this front ratcheting hook back up because you don't want that out while you're driving around. And now we can get a few measurements. The first one I like to get is going to be the ground clearance, which is going to be about 27.5 inches, which is quite a bit. So you shouldn't make contact with the ground in any situation. Now, when you're loading up your really heavy e-bikes, that might be pretty difficult to do. So I'd recommend maybe grabbing a friend to help you out. And for how far it's going to stick out, that's going to be about 32 inches, which is about standard for a 2-bike carrier. Now, it is going to be a pretty tight fit, especially on a bigger vehicle like what we have today. So definitely keep an eye out if you're in a situation like a garage or a parking spot. But if you don't have a bike on here, we can save a lot of space by pulling that same lever we used earlier, only the push up this time, and fold it up. And now it's only going to stick out about 16 inches. So it's going to save you a lot of room. Now, for how it's going to interact back here, we're really not blocking too much. The only thing we're really blocking is that license plate. You might pick up a little bit of this in your backup camera, but it shouldn't obstruct anything. And your tail light should be fine too. Now, what we are going to be picking up in our backup camera is going to be this bike repair stand. And focusing on that bike repair stand, this is very adjustable. You can see it only takes me a few seconds to get this out. You can change how it's angled too. And this is perfect for if you're out on the trails, something's happened to your bike and you need to make that last minute adjustment. And it's nice that this is really incorporated into the design of our rack, so we can't forget it at home. Now we're going to see how this installs too. We're going to have a 2-inch shank that goes into a 2-inch hitch receiver. Then we're going to have this pin right here that goes through and connects to this lock cord. That lock cord is going to use the same key system as your integrated bike cable lock. And on the back side, we're going to have this anti-rattle knob. I love that this is a tool-free job. You don't have to grab any Allen keys or wrenches or anything. You just use your hand to turn it and tighten it down. And it gives us a really good fit. I don't get any rattling from this in our receiver. Now, in my opinion, I think this is a great option because there's a lot of guys in the shop down here who really love this bike rack because just how accommodating it is. It can work with a lot of bikes and it works well with a lot of different vehicles. Now it does have some features that might not be needed by everyone. If you really don't need the bike repair stand, that's okay. There's another version of this. That's going to be the Kuat NV 2.0 base. The same thing as this, has all the same features, just going to be a little bit different colors, and it's just not going to have that bike repair stand. So just depending on what your needs is, if you've needed to make any repairs when you're on the road, then this is a great option. If you don't, then the base is going to be a good option. But that's just a look at the Kuat NV 2.0 bike rack on the back of our 2024 Ram 1500. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.
Here on our test course, we'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action, which simulates turning corners or evasive maneuvers. Once we get to the alternating speed bumps, we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or a pothole or driving over uneven pavement. Now lastly, we're going over some full speed bumps, and we can see here the up and down action, and this will just be like driving in and out of a parking lot, garage, or driveway.